Can we read a book, buddy?
Okay, Babyfirst tales.
The Frog King.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Penny. Penny was nice and she was great at bouncing her bright yellow bouncy ball.
But there was one thing she wasn't good at. Penny never kept her promises.
She was always telling people she'd do something, but then she wouldn't do it.
One day, Penny promised her teacher that she would help clean the classroom. But she didn't keep her promise. Instead, she took her bright yellow bouncy ball and started bouncing. She bounced it out of the door of her school. She bounced it through the playground. She bounced it into the forest. The bright yellow ball bounced so high that it went right into the pond. Splash!
Oops. Penny put her hand in the water to see if she could grab her bright yellow ball. But the water was too deep. How would she ever get her ball back? There was a frog sitting on a lily pad, and when he saw Penny trying so hard to get her bright yellow ball, he hopped over. "Do you need help getting your bright yellow ball out of the water?" the frog asked. Penny had never heard a frog talk before. She wanted to ask the frog where it came from and why it could talk. But she was too excited about getting her ball back, so she just nodded. "I can swim underwater and get your ball for you," the frog said, "if you make me one promise." "What?" Penny asked. "I will get your ball for you if you promise that tomorrow I can play with you and your friends." Penny wasn't sure how she and her friends could play with a frog, but she agreed and the frog dove underwater. A moment later, he swam back up holding the bright yellow ball in his mouth. Penny was so happy that she grabbed the ball and started to run home. "Don't forget your promise," the frog called after her. The next day, Penny was at school with her friends. They were all bouncing their balls and having a great time. But then, Penny's friends started screaming. There was a frog in the classroom. Oh no! Penny was the only child who wasn't afraid of the frog. She marched right up to it, put her hands on her hips, and asked, "What are you doing here?" The frog gulped. "Don't you remember your promise?" Penny shook her head. Penny never remembered the promises she made. The frog looked sad. "I helped you get your ball out of the pond, and you promised that I could play with you and your friends today." Penny's friends took a few steps closer to the frog. They said, "Penny, if you made this frog a promise, you have to keep it. When you tell someone you will do something, you must do it. It's the right thing to do." "I want to keep this promise, really. But how do we play with a frog? He can't bounce these balls like we can," Penny said. "Why don't you let me give it a try?" the frog said as he held out his flippers. "I might just surprise you." So Penny bounced her bright yellow ball over to the frog, and as he went to catch it, something amazing happened. In a swirl of sparkles, the little frog turned into a real live boy. Poof! "What happened?" Penny asked as she wiped the sparkles out of her eyes. The little boy smiled and said, "Thank you so much for keeping your promise, Penny. By doing what you said you would do, you freed me. A long time ago, a mean witch turned me into a frog. She said no one would ever keep a promise to a frog, but you did, and you broke the spell. Hooray! Hooray! All the children cheered. And from that day on, Penny always kept her promises. She told the boy she'd teach him all of her bouncy ball tricks, and she did. She told her friends she'd bring them to the pond where she met the special frog, and she did. Everyone was so glad that Penny learned to keep her promises. They lived happily ever after. The end. Say bye-bye, frog. Bye-bye. That's right, bye-bye.